look at the professional side of the theater, the Oslo Players.
On Friday, March 16th at 8 p.m. in the Little Theater at Kilian, the Oslo State Theater Company presented a show called Promenade All. Oslo State Theater Company is a professional group of actors who are on tour throughout South Florida. We're now going to show you some scenes from a workshop that was given by the State Company and then parts of their show.
It's a quality of any good actor, that they listen, because what they're listening, what somebody's saying, and what I think we mean by active listening is you don't just hear the words coming in and could repeat them, but they affect you in some way. They mean something to you as a person. He might tell me, okay, the cat has died, and I say, okay, well, the cat has died. Could be my favorite cat, but my reaction, it's the reaction to what you hear. That's what you see on the actors who listen. They don't necessarily have to say anything, but they listen, they take it in, and it means something to them.
But it also makes it much easier for you as the actor.
Heavens, yes.
I mean, because if you're talking to someone and you know that they're kind of waiting for you to finish so they can give their lines, you've got real problems there.
And remember again, we said behaving truthfully under imaginary circumstances. So it's what it elicits in you in a truthful way. The misconceptions about acting, to even call it acting, a misconception. Because what you're really after more than acting, and you've seen bad actors, you say, oh gosh, I mean, she's so happy, she's so this, is behavior, the truthful behavior. So you really behave in a play rather than act.
Nothing can happen to you. You know, you leave yourself alone on stage. You don't push it. You let it happen to you. But you can let nothing happen to you if you aren't open to it. And you can't be really open to anything if you're not focused and paying attention and really listening. Stay here, and you stay here, and you two can sit down right now. Should we do these chairs? No, you can take those chairs back. That's okay. Now, we're going to do a little bit different. I want you to swing around here and face each other. Okay, now what I want you to do now, we're going to begin a little differently. That was a rather passive exercise in listening, in that really one person was telling the story and the other person just had to listen to it. Now you're going to be telling a story, but you're going to be doing it actively, because you're going to be trying to make sure this other person understands it. And the reason where you're going to do that is by both telling the exact same story at the same time. Now, you say, how do you do that? What you're going to do, you're going to start the story, and you're going to repeat everything she says exactly as she says it. Do you think you can do that? You think exactly as you said?
I'm overlapping.
You're overlapping. Okay. Now you begin. Now, at the same time, you're going to now. But what is your job here? What do you have to do? No, you don't want to try to stay ahead of her. What's her job here? She's got to keep ahead of her. She's got to keep with what's happening. And her responsibility? And to make sure, right, to make sure that she's keeping up and make sure she's following. Okay, so you start.
No, but he walked in. No, but he walked in. He didn't even tell me what was the matter. All of a sudden, he started yelling. And I didn't know what was going on. So I asked him, what is the matter? And the next thing I know, there's this girl walking in the door. And I asked her, who are you? And she didn't say anything. And so he grabbed her hand. And I found out that he didn't want to marry me. He didn't want to marry me anymore. And I had a heart attack. And I came out and she
Now, what did you notice right away from that? She was catching up, but there was something else. The story became much more activated. The story was more interesting. There was a purpose to telling it. There was a reason behind it, and it became far more energized. That's very good. What's been going on? As you said today, as I heard you say, I don't know what we were talking about, but you said it's the reason why you stay on stage.
Oh yeah, last night.
That was last night. Well, we didn't have a reason for being there, but the reason you have a reason why you're out there. You're doing something, and when you are not doing something, that's when you're self-conscious. Come
on up. I need you. You.
That's good.
I want you, a simple action, single action exercise is what this is called. It is perfectly a nice segue in was the idea of what Jeannie, was that your name? With what Jeannie did when she was standing here getting nervous and all, and then when she was focused on the ring. I have for you a bunch of paper wads. No paper wads. Okay, this is the story. No juggling yet. That's acting skills 201, not 101. What I want you to do is, this is a room right here, right? And we're just going to come into this room, and I just want you to come in, pick up the paper wads, put them into this box, and then walk back out of the room. Okay? Can do? Okay, I want you to come in from right here. All right?
The door.
That's right.
Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
You mean the whole room?
It's the paper wads to go. Okay, now, did you notice when she came in? Did you notice when she came in? All I said was walk in, pick up the paper wads. And you walked in, what? And you started doing all of this stuff. You started acting for all of them. Did you notice that? How many people? You know when you see somebody, right? You saw she walked in, she gave us an attitude, right? She was acting, and you saw that she was. I'm so mad about doing this whole thing, you know, or who this idiot is with the short hair telling me to pick up.
I swear to you,
That's not what you thought. That's okay. Anyway, have you ever noticed when you watch a play or you watch a movie? It's easier, I think, to you see it and you think, gosh, that person wasn't acting. That was so real.
Yeah.
That was so real.
That's good. Yeah.
Well, you know, whoever it is, whatever it is, and then you maybe see a play, or you know, in some of your class where, heaven knows I've been guilty of it. You know, you're showing the audience. You're doing something. I'm going to let you all know what I'm doing and how I feel about this. Which is exactly what she did when she walked in here. She wasn't merely doing a task, as Jeannie did when she started talking about the ring. She became very focused. She had a reason to talk about the ring, and it became much more focused, and we were listening to her. It was very clear. And she wasn't acting. She was just telling us something very simply. Now, we're going to do something a little different.
And in many ways, it was more interesting having someone come in and perform for you.
Yeah, because you know when somebody's up there acting away, then you're watching them. You can sit back and kind of go, yeah, they're acting. But when somebody is actually, as we said at the beginning, doing something truthfully for a purpose, when they are getting so caught up in it themselves, you find yourself getting caught up in it and getting emotionally involved, which is what acting is all about. If acting is not emotions, it's nothing. If it doesn't have an emotional intent, content, it's nothing. I was standing right under her. She started whispering, "Hold me, Willie, hold me, I'm scared." So I put my hand out to steady the ladder, and I accidentally put it on her leg. Well, gee golly, she didn't pull her leg away or anything. She just started whispering, "Hold me, Willie, hold me tighter." Only she said it soft and weak, and I thought she was going to faint, so I put my hand up higher and held her. Well, gee whiz, what's a feller supposed to do? Talk.
In Promenade All, the Oslo players showed their versatility, with each one of the actors playing several different parts.
I don't know what to say to him. What do you want me to say?
Gee, she must have been scared or something. She kind of moaned.
Father, honestly, don't talk to the boy. Say something to him.
Damn fool boy.
The ladder toppled over, and we came down together in a heap. She on top of me, and the ladder on top of both of us. I couldn't move. We were so tangled up. They all came running and pulled us apart. You never heard such carrying on. And yelling? Her mother started to cry. And the minister said I should be horsewhipped. And it wasn't
Willie, I want to talk with you.
Yes, ma'am. Emotions, it's nothing. If it doesn't have an emotional intent, content, it's nothing.